Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, CrossFit Humanity, Coach Stephanie here. Today's Cardio Core, May 28th. We've had a big week just generally within our CrossFit Humanity programming, specifically having programmed Murph on Monday. So today's workout is a really nice kind of general, it's got body weight, but it's got some weights as well. But I've programmed it in a way that you can make this really intense and then also make it not intense. So it's really going to depend on how you're feeling today and how fast you want to go, how heavy you want to go, and all of those things. Me specifically, I'm going to take it pretty easy today because I'm still feeling Monday's workout. So I'm going to go through this, but I'm going to think of this more like an active recovery day. So the weights that I use will be kind of on the lighter end. And then I'm just going to kind of move not slow, but not with a little pep in my step. So here's what we got going on for the workout today. All right, so here's the workout, 35 minutes. Okay? We're going to go through as many rounds as possible, and after every single round, you're going to rest for 1 minute. And the goal with adding this rest in after every round is to, if you want it, keep the intensity of each round high. If you're not looking for an intense workout, that rest is going to help keep your heart rate low. It's going to give you a little breather so that you can continue on for the remainder of the time. So here we go. One round is 20 kettlebell swings. I'm going to be doing the Russian version, so that's just kind of at eye level. If you feel comfortable and you have the mobility to go all the way overhead, totally fine. 10 push-ups, 20 jumping deadlifts. I'm going to use the kettlebell for that today. 10 hollow rocks, 20 single arm thrusters. That's going to be 10 on each side, and then 10 plank shoulder taps. These plank shoulder taps, there's not too many of them, but I really want you guys to keep those hips really neutral, and we'll talk about position in just a moment, so that every movement here is really, really well executed before going to go fast. So let's talk briefly about the warm-up. The warm-up, we've got 5-minute AMRAP, 3 inchworms, 5 burpees, 10 good mornings, and 5 squats. So all movements that we've seen here in Cardio Core before. But before we start the warm-up, I'll go over them briefly so that we are all on the same page. All right, so for the movements, okay, I'm going to demonstrate a couple of them so that if you are doing this on your own, you can see the movements and get started whenever you're ready. Okay, so the kettlebell swing, I'm going to use the dumbbell as my weight today, just for this warm-up variation. So every kettlebell swing, we're looking for a nice active back position, but with the ribs being pulled down towards our belly, so that we're not really arched, but we're active in the back and we're engaged in the front. Okay, I'm going to sit my butt back. I'm going to reach down for the dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you have, and then I'm going to swing, hinge, and squeeze. And I'm going to allow that hinge and that squeeze to fly the kettlebell up. Now, if you noticed, I kept my arms bent and I just let the kettlebell fly. That's just the version of the Russian swing I'm going to use today. I want my arms to not do any work, really. 10 push-ups. Hopefully we all know and have seen and done a push-up, but if not, hands right under the shoulders. We're looking for all the way down and then to push all the way back up. If you need your knees, first scale, I'd recommend down first, knees, and then coming up. If you need the knees for the whole thing, totally okay. Just try to get that chest all the way down to the floor every single time. Okay? Let's start jumping deadlifts. I really like these. I like these because they get your legs burning. Just kind of a different fun movement. So I would set your feet up very similar to how you did for your kettlebell swing. Set your back the same, set your belly the same. You're going to reach down for the kettlebell, dumbbell, whatever you have, and you're going to jump and then back down. So your butt is back, the weight's in your heels, but you're pushing through those feet, jumping and standing every time. Okay? That's your jumping deadlift. For our hollow rocks today, just like always, we want super long body position. So we're going to go overhead with those arms. If you need to tuck your knees so that your belly button and lower back can stay pushing to the floor, totally fine. But we're going to rock forward and back 10 times. Okay? Oh, single arm thruster. So exactly what it sounds like. It's going to be 10 on each side. So you're going to take the dumbbell. I'd recommend something light today. Head of the dumbbell, faces forward. Get your feet in your squat position. Chest up, core tight. Hips back and down like we normally do for our squat. And then drive and punch the dumbbell overhead. So we squat, then punch. Okay? Let's do the other side just to warm it up and show. Good. Okay? And then the last, plank shoulder taps. So the topical push-up. Imagine you have your favorite meal resting on your lower back. So you're trying not to prevent any of that food from falling off your plate. Okay? So you're going to tap opposite shoulder with a hand. So right hand, left shoulder, and then left. Right, left. Okay? And one tap is one. So you're only going to do 10 taps, but I really want those hips to be quiet. Okay? And then after all of that, you're going to rest a minute. You go through as many times as you can in 35 minutes. Okay? If you're with me live and you have any questions about what weight to use, or if you don't have kettlebell dumbbell, like, what of the things you have will work for what we're doing today, I can help guide you there. So let's talk warm up real quick. We'll review the movements and then we'll start. Okay. Inchworm. See, we'll start here. There we go. Okay, so on our inchworm, feet together, legs are straight. You're gonna reach down for the floor. Walk the hands out. We're gonna do a push up. And then you're gonna walk your hands back. Try to keep those legs straight for as long as you can before you stand. You want that stretch for the deadlift and the kettlebell swing coming up. Okay, so that's your inchworm. Burpee is a burpee is a burpee. So we're gonna hands down, go all the way to the belly. Feet land flat for a jump at the top. Let's show you that one more time. Hands down, feet go back, belly down, and a jump at the top. Okay. Good mornings. So feet right underneath you. I put your hands on your hips. Soft bend in the knees. Push your butt back and bow. Goal here is to feel that stretch. And as you're going through the warm-up, if you push through your heels and then squeeze your butt on the stand, that's also going to really help warm things up for the swings and the jumping deadlifts coming up later. Last movement, we've got the squat. So hopefully you kind of saw with the single arm thruster what our squat's going to look like. Feet are flat, you're going to sit back, we're going to squat and stand. And for the warm-up, this is all we're looking for. Part of this warm-up is also to stretch it out. So if you feel tight at any place during the warm-up, just make sure that you're moving things around, that you're stretching things out, and that everything feels good. And if you're with me live and you have any questions about how to stretch out something before we get started, I'm here, so please let me know. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to put this here. And because you guys have 1 minute of rest in this workout, I'm going to be using this clock here, and hopefully I'll probably bring it, actually, let's bring it closer so that you guys can see it. Oh, there, that's perfect. There we go. Okay. So we're going to get the warm-up going, 5 minutes. And then we're going to get started. All right, stopwatch. Okay. All right, so there's going to be a 10-second, oh, perfect. Look at that, you can see it, good. There's going to be a 10-second countdown. We start with the burpees, or the inchworm, then you go burpees, good morning, squat. All right, let's get loose and warm. All right, start back here. There we go. It'll count it 3, 2, 1, and go. So legs straight as long as you can, elbows in on the push-up. And if these are challenging for you for whatever reason, you can always drop it down to 2 reps. All right, cool. Oh, burpees. Try to land flat with those feet on the burpees. 10 good mornings. Push those hip creases back, back, back. All right, as you watch my back, nothing's moving in my back. I'm just trying to hinge right at the hip. Back stays totally neutral. Nothing moves. Okay. And on these squats, push that butt back. Okay. We want the knees to kind of line up with the toes, so whether you're turned out a little bit or straight on with those feet, try to keep the knees pointed in the same direction. And 5. Okay, let's see how much time we've got. Oh, perfect. We got lots of time. All right, inchworm. That is 3. Okay, let's check the time here. Oh, we're about halfway, so about 2.5 more minutes on this warm up. Goal is just to keep moving all the way through. All right. Okay, about 2 more minutes, a little less than 2 minutes. One. And even if you can't jump your feet forward on the burpee, try as best as you can that as you're standing, your feet are flat. Right? We want flat feet on pretty much everything we do. You know, whether it's squatting, a thruster, 60 seconds. Snatches, we want those heels on the floor. Okay, so try your best to, even if you step your foot up, get back in those heels before you stand. It's just going to reinforce good habits. Okay. 40 seconds or so. What am I on? Oh, good morning. Then 20 or 15 seconds, we'll say. Seconds. Clock likes to talk to you. 3, 2, 1. Time. Great effort. Okay. So now I'm going to set. Oops. Got a 35-minute AMRAP here, so set the clock for that. We're going to just take a moment to prep each movement. We'll start with the shoulder taps and go up towards the kettlebell swing, so that as we warm up each movement, we're getting ready for that final warm up. Okay, let's do a total of 6 taps, so 3 on each side. So get those hands right underneath your shoulders. You know, separate your feet a normal distance, what you normally do. So you're really tight in your middle. Tap 6 times. Cool. And then let's grab the weight that you have for your thruster. Again, if you have any questions on what to use, let me know. I've got a 20-pound dumbbell here. I may or may not regret this midway through based on how I'm feeling, but that's what I got. Okay, so dumbbell butt faces forward. Let's do 3 on each side. Okay, so get your feet set in your squat. We're going to squat and punch. We got 3 each side. 2. Try to land that bicep by the ear fully locked out so that when you look, we got a really nice long line from dumbbell all the way down the foot. Okay. Second side. And 3. Cool. All right, let's warm up the hollow. Let's do 5 hollow rocks. So again, you can also bend those knees for a tuck, but if you're going with the rock, we're really extended. Belly button pushes into the floor. We got 5 rocks. 4 and 5. They don't call this cardio and core without a shit ton of core. There's it is for you right there. Jumping deadlifts. So we talked about this a little bit. Again, it's that good back position. So nothing from like belly button up should change. The only thing that's really doing a lot of work here should be the legs. Set your feet up about kettlebell swing distance or about squat position. Good back position, so squeeze those shoulder blades together, push those ribs down, sit the butt back, grab the kettlebell and jump. Let's do 5, 2, 3. Good. So it should be, if you can, should be a really controlled, graceful movement. Okay. Push-ups, well, we've already done push-ups, but go ahead and do like 2 push-ups or so. Keep those elbows in, just kind of warm that up. And then kettlebell swing. Okay, now let's talk kettlebell swing. So like the dumbbell have, I may regret this later because I'm feeling tired, but that's all right. That's what we have. I can always swing. You can always swing the lighter one, and you can always do the thrusters without any weight and just call it a squat. Okay? Up to you. So it's our swing. So set it up just like you did for the jumping deadlift. Reach down, push your butt back, and now squeeze. Hinge, squeeze. Soften those elbows. Let's do 7 swings. 10, 7. All right. Well, that's all the movements for today. So let's take about a minute or so to do our final preps. I got to get my headband on because if I don't, then I can't see because I get so sweaty all over my face. So we're going to just make it super official. Again, if you guys have any questions, I'm here. I'll be checking the chats and whatnots. And yeah, just, I program this workout so that you can make this a recovery day or you can make this like a go day. So depending on how you feel, just make it work for you. And you're probably going to see me doing lots of resting and, for those thrusters, we'll see what happens. Okay, I think we're ready. So here's a clock for you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it and everything so that when you are ready for your minute break, you can use this clock. If not, just a timer or like on your phone or something is another easy way. All right, people. I think we're ready. Let's do it. Okay. We're going to start. Uh-oh. There goes my whiteboard. Okay. It's just really windy today. There we go. Okay. All right, so this timer has a 10-second countdown, and then we will be off. Okay. All right, here we go. We'll see you in a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and go. Starting with 20 swings. You can always break these up if you need to. $17, $18, $19, $20. Okay. Oops. 10 push-ups. On those push-ups, you gotta keep those elbows in and then use your knees however you need to be able to execute a really good push-up. I do sets of 3, and then usually sets of 2. Push-ups are hard, man. Here we go, 3, 3, 2, 2, and that's 10. All right. Jumping deadlifts, 20 jumping deadlifts. Keep those feet flat to push off the floor. Ooh, then take a break. I can feel my legs from Monday. Whoops. 10 hooks. And on these 20 thrusters, 10 each side, try to think about keeping that chest up and elevating the elbow a little bit of the dumbbell that you have so that you're in better position throughout the whole range of motion within the squat. And it'll set you up really nicely for the overhead. Oh, and then shoulder taps. Now, after you're done with your shoulder taps, don't forget to rest a minute. So, whew. I think so far the jumping deadlifts get my legs the most. On the single arm thrusters. know where you guys are in your minute of rest or where you are in your round. But I'm going 3, 2, 1, and now. All right, round 2. That was a fast minute. And on these push-ups, if you can keep your legs active, it'll help support your core, especially when your core gets tired or you're tired. Oh. Okay. Push-ups are still feeling the workout on Monday too. Man, Murph takes a while to recover from it. All right. Well, quads. Are back at the hollow rocks. Remember, we're trying to hollow out the upper torso. So your first goal is kind of round that upper back, look down towards your toes, then push the belly button down so that your lower back is flat. And then the legs, straight or not straight, really depend on how well you can maintain the lower back to the floor. Okay? Squeezing your butt too on the hollows will help keep you in position. On the thruster, it's a thrust for a reason, right? Once you get to about here, your goal is to squeeze kind of aggressively to help that kettlebell or dumbbell or whatever you have fly overhead, so you're not doing like a strict press. Okay, so once you get to about a quarter squat, give it a little oomph. plank shoulder taps, just like the push-ups in the hollow. If you keep your legs a little active, it'll help you stabilize the core to keep the hips quiet. Definitely need one more recovery day. All right, this is going to be my third round. I'm going to go in about 10 seconds. If you are following with me. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We do not know. Wow. And that's 20. Okay. Even if you have to go like singles, try to make these push-ups really good and challenging, right? The knee down push-ups are great as you start, but you're going to have to progress at some point. So even if you sprinkle in 1 or 2 like full push-ups and then go back, that's great. You just kind of build the full push-up in as you get stronger. One more. The leg burner next. Now when you're doing these jumping deadlifts, right, you're going to sit back for the kettlebell. You're really going to drive hard through the floor. Squeeze those legs to get really good extension every single jump.
ain't gonna make this any easier. Let's go.
4. That's halfway. 10. So that was round 3. I'm guessing there's time for 2 more. All right, going in about 10 seconds. Whew. All right, and here we go. Okay. Right to push-ups. Yeah, this is probably the hardest part right now for me. It's the jumping deadlifts. I don't want to. Okay, here we go. Oops. And 10. Whew. Man. Only about 12 minutes to go. And 10. Oh. All right, we're coming up on about 10 more minutes. Wherever you are, should be enough to complete the round that you're in and hopefully get into the next round like a substantial amount or all the way through. Just gonna pace around my tiny little backyard here. It's real exciting and active here in PB. All right, about 6 seconds. Going again. All right, here we go. It's my favorite part. All right. Let's see. 7.5 minutes. We're getting there, team. We're almost home. Oh man, we're almost there. Almost there. See what time it is. All right, less than 4 minutes. Maybe a little bit more than an active recovery day than I thought it was going to be, but that is okay. Whew. All right. Probably going to make it through a partial round here. So I think this, yep, and my cue. 10 seconds. Oh man, I'm gonna finish on the jumping deadlifts. Of course, the universe wanted me to do a couple more.
Final 60 seconds.
60 seconds. 40 seconds. Okay, you got 13 seconds left.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. 2, 4, 5.
And
Oh.
time. Rest in great effort.
Of course, I had to finish on the deadlifts. Okay, a minute to just walk it out, shake it out. We'll do 2 stretches, and then you'll be good. Not as much of a recovery as I thought, but that's all right. I'm just gonna sleep well tonight. Okay. All right, now, so for our stretches, 2 real quick stretches. We're gonna go hamstrings and chest if you need a little bit more. The yoga practices from this week, the one especially from today, is really nice and relaxing and gentle. So if you need something to like wind you on into bed, it's a really great one. Okay, so we're gonna go left foot forward, right foot back. So those right toes are turned in. We got a wide base so that balance here isn't an issue. Okay? And then let's just go ahead and reach down. You can grab the shin, hands can go on the toes. Or if you've got the room, you can go fingertips either side of the front foot. Let that head hang. Breathe. Big breath. All right, let's slowly come up from that side. And then we'll switch feet. All right, again, a little wider base, back toes are turned in. Try to square those hips kind of more forward than to the left. And then start to reach down, grab for what you can, whatever the space in the hands allows. Big breaths here. All right, slowly go ahead and stand out of that. And then, let's switch this so that you can see. Find a wall that you can, we're gonna do a chest stretch on the wall. Okay, so I'm gonna take my forearm and I'm gonna place it flush against the wall here. I'm gonna try to take my shoulder and just drop it away from my ear. And then I'm gonna take my torso, sternum specifically, and then try to turn that away from the wall. So we're just looking for a little stretch in the chest now. You can play with different positions of the arms, so your elbow in line with the shoulder. You can go straight arm. You know, it really depends on kind of where your flexibility is today and where you need a little extra space. All right, let's go ahead and switch. I'm gonna be out of. Ooh. All right, go ahead and release that. If you need any other stretches for yourself today, go ahead and take a couple more minutes to recover. Make sure you drink some water, get a good night's sleep. We've got another great cardio core for you coming up on Sunday, 9 a.m. And then we've got CrossFit like normal.
If you guys have questions, as always, let us know. That was actually really fun, and I enjoy working out with you guys. So thank you again. If you have questions, let me know, and I will see you guys Sunday at 9 a.m. All right, thanks, guys. See ya.